So here I have 4 yards of Ankara, and here I have a plain fabric. This plain fabric is a shirt fabric, so like it's a cotton fabric, 100% cotton fabric. But here this is a small Ankara fabric, 4 yards. So I'm going to split it into two, which is for the front, for the back, for your desired length. So I'm going to cut off camera the desired length of the bubu I want to make for the client. So if your desired length is 52, for example, I just need you to cut 252. So let me explain it now. I'm opening it like this, and as we know that Ankara is 45 inches, so which is not going to be the desired length. So if you open it like this, you're going to get the desired length. So I'm going to measure. Let me take my tape. I'm going to measure from this borderline here to get the desired length of the client, right? And I'm going to cut it into two. So if I get the desired length, if assuming the desired length of the client is example 53, right, I'm going to just cut 53, which is 1, and then I'll measure again another 53, which is 2. I hope you understand. So we are working this width we have here, which is the 45 inches is what we are using as the width of the kimono, the width of the bubu, but the length is what we are using. This borderline here is what you are going to measure the length. I hope you understand. So I folded it according to the length, and I folded it into two. So we have 2 into 2, 1 and 2, which is this for back and this for the front. So like I said, this is 45 inches if it's open, but we're folding it into 2, and this is what we're going to use as the width, like I explained. So the first thing we're going to do is to draw a starting line. So this is our starting line. I'll set this aside, and on this part, which is this edge, we are measuring the width of about, we are measuring the width is 3.5. that is the width. Now the depth for the back is 1.5, and you're curving it like this. Now this is the depth for the back. Now for the front, the depth we'll be using is, let me put it like this, it's for a yummy grammar, so I don't think we need to open it very well. So let's just do 7.5 for the depth. Now for this depth, you are connecting this edge directly to meet. I hope you understand. So this is for the front and this is for the back. Now we want to start imputing our measurements. First measurement we're imputing is the shoulder divided by 2, which is 7.5. Now our short sleeve length is 8 inches, but we are not making use of 8 inches here. What we have here is about 14.5 inches. So let's do 14 inches as the length for the sleeve. I hope you understand. So this is 14 inches, which is this edge that we have here. So the next measurement we'll be imputing will be the opening of the sleeve. But before the opening, we're going to just take 1 inch here for slant. We are slanting it to meet the shoulder. Now from this side, I want the opening to be, you can play between 11-12 inches, because after joining it will reduce actually. So I'll do the opening of about 12 inches. I'll come down here. I'll come to this side, which is the chest line, and then I will do, our bust is 9.5. Our bust divided by 4 is 9.5. So 9.5 plus, I want the width of the opening should be 4 inch. 9.5 plus 4 inch is 9.5 plus 4 inch will be 13.5, which is 14. Now if you don't want it as free as what I have here, if you want it a bit fitted, you can just play between 2 inches. Now let me explain what, when you're adding an allowance, how it looks like, how big it should be, so you will understand. If you're adding 4 inches here, 4 inches on this part, 4 inches on the back part, meaning at the back the allowance is 8 inches, at the front the allowance is 8 inches. Total inches you have added is 16 inches. Now from those 16 inches you are going to do your joining allowance. I hope you understand. So you will know how big. Imagine if you have your waist, your hip is 44 now, 44 plus an extra 8 inches. That is what it looks like, and you're going to just take about 2 inches, so like 44 plus extra 6 inches, which is like 50. So you obviously know that it's going to be free. So if you don't want it that free, you should know the inches that you are going to add. I'm just saying this for beginners who don't know anything about, you know, adding allowance for Bubu. Now our hip, our shoulder to our waist to hip. So our hip measurements we are taking here, so our hip measurement is the same inch I'm taking for the bust. So I'll just take, no, let me add just 1 inch for the hip. I hope you understand. So you're going to take this what we have here, you're practically just going to take it down, which is your desired measurement. So practically this is how you make a simple Bubu. So from here, you see what I'm doing, I'm curving it to meet this sleeve here. I'm curving it to meet this sleeve. So let's do the pockets first. For here I have 4 pieces, 1 2 3 4, and the width is 8 inches, the length is 10 inches. Now to fix the pockets, let me put this aside. To fix the pockets, all you need to do is from your shoulder measurement, for my shoulder measurement, which is here, this is where the shoulder measurement is. So from this point I will take about 19 inches. And I'm marking the 19 inches, and I would, from this 19 inches I'm marking 8 inches. So from 19 to 8, that is where the pocket is going to fall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it to, and I'm notching it. So as I'm notching it, I'm notching the front, the back together, all sides together. Fold this again. This pocket now, let me show you what it looks, what I'm doing. So this is the front, this is the back. So I'll open the back just like this. Now you can see where the first notch is. So this is where the first notch is, this mark, and this is where the second notch is. All I will need to do is to face front to front. Now you're facing front to front, which is this. So from this end to this end, you're just going to sew just like this, and you open it out. You're going to do the same thing for all the sides, just like this. Now if you want to bias your neckline, you can go ahead to bias the neckline, but I'm not biasing my neckline, I'm cutting a facing for it. So let's cut the front. Now if you want your width, your neck width to be wider, maybe you don't want it smaller than what I have, you want it to be wider, you just need to fold this more. But if you want it smaller, you would need to just fold this less. So you see that I'm reducing mine. So I'll place this again. Now placing this here, this is what I'm doing. I'm placing the midpoints to meet this midpoint here to join just like this, so that it's equal like this. Now I want the width to be about 5 inches. I want it to be 5 inches. I will mark here. So this is what I am cutting. I hope you see. So this is the shape of what I am cutting. Now if you are cutting the V-neck, you want it to be V, depending on the distance at which you want your V to be. If you want it, for me, let me do 8 inches. Now this is 8. This is 8 inches. I want to open it like this so that you can see. Let me reduce it. I want you to see, this is a trace of what I want, and this is where I want the V to be. So from this point, I am cutting a V shape here. So yeah. So it's like from this point, this V shape is going up like this. Now if you want yours wider, like what I said, if you want yours wider, you can just extend this and extend this part out. Even if you don't want it to be straight like this, you can curve it, you know, make your play with your design that you want. So I'll go ahead to cut here. This is the front. Can you see the shape of what we have? So I will open this like this. So I'll open this like this. All I know that if I'm joining this front, it should be smooth, just like this. I hope you can see. Just like what we have here. I hope you can see how the design looks. Very pretty. So we're going to use this to turn it. So after sewing this, you know, when you are flipping it, this is how it's going to look like. I hope you understand. So you place front facing back, like the front of the plane should be facing the back of the Ankara. After sewing it to meet this point, right, you are flipping it opposite. So we are flipping it opposite. You are practically covering this line, so it will be neat. You are covering this line, and then at this edge you can now close it neatly like this and top stitch. When I'm sewing it on the machine, I'm going to record it for those who don't really understand what I'm explaining here. So I will set this aside. So like I said, I've gone to the machine and joined this. If you look at the upside for the neckline, I did like an interface to cover the neckline, and then I've gone ahead to attach the pockets on each side. So for the front side, like what I was explaining, let me turn the back. Now if you turn the back, you can see that it's smooth. You can see that it's smooth. So I fix it forward and then I top stitch it and I press it down. So this is what the front is looking like, and you can see that it's coming out well. So what you will do is you're going to put your front and your back together. So let me spread this front so I can show you what I'm doing. So this is the front. So I've spread the front out. I'm going to get the back. So you're getting the back like this. Now I'll put it like this so that I can attach it perfectly well. So I'm sewing from this point here. I'm sewing it down. I'm sewing it down here, and then I'll fold the edge here, and then I'll continue sewing here. So when you continue sewing here, you place both pockets like this to be equal. You continue sewing here, and then for the pockets, this pocket side, let me get the texture, I will show you. You can just, as you are sewing it, you see the way I'm trying to form like a curve. You see what I'm trying to do? You just form like a curve, right? Just like this for the pocket. I'll go ahead to join both sides because the dress is already coming out. It's a very simple Bubu dress. It's already coming out very beautiful. Now if your clients want the side to be open, now if they want the side to be open, all you need to do is to take a shoulder to your knee, and then you can finish sewing that and to fold this part so that the slits can open. But if your client doesn't want the side, like the downside, to be open, you can go ahead to cover it. I'll go to my machine now and join this to come back to show you what the finished look looks like. So like I said, I'm joining both shoulder. After joining both shoulder, I will fold this part in, curve, so here, open the slits, join this, cover the downside so that everything can look beautiful. I'll come and show you what it looks like on the mannequin. So this is the finished look, and this is what it will come out looking. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Until next time, bye.